The Hills are alive with the sound of volleyball as Verdugo Hills comes to play Granada Hills. Hello, everybody. My name is Randy Roosevelt, set to call the play-by-play. These are two teams that advanced to the quarterfinals a year ago in women's volleyball in the city section. Verdugo Hills had a beautiful record of 16-4 before they lost to Carson. Narbonne knocked Granada Hills out. The Highlanders finished after their quarterfinal loss with a wonderful record as well as 15-5. We work once again with Ramona Shelburne. Ramona, these are two of the elite teams in the city of Los Angeles.
Yeah, these are two quarterfinal teams, two of the elite teams. It's going to be interesting to see how Verdugo Hills did. They won the Sunset Six last year, and they're looking for respect all across the city. Teams like Carson, San Pedro, Venice, Narbonne, they're all going to be scouting this game because these are two of the top teams in the valley.
Another good team, of course, is Taft High School. The Toreadors year in and year out very strong. All right, let's talk about someone who is crystal clear as the star player at Verdugo Hills. That is Crystal Perriman, first team All-City last year, and it could be a historic night for her.
Yeah, Crystal Perriman needs 6 kills to become the all-time kill leader here at Verdugo Hills High, and we're going to be keeping track of it. I'm sure she's going to get it. She led the city in kills last season, so she averages about 20 kills a game.
This team at Verdugo Hills has already played a match. They dominated Garfield, winning 3 straight, and in that match, Perriman was spectacular in all facets of the game. Abby Dreyfus is the go-to player at Granada Hills. She's an outside hitter. She's going to have a strong match.
Yeah, Abby Dreyfus, she's not the tallest player on the court, but she's very athletic, got a great vertical leap. And, you know, she's a great all-around player. So for Granada Hills to defeat Verdugo tonight, Abby's going to have a big game.
Abby is a very solid player. She was first team All-West Valley League a season ago. All right, for Verdugo Hills to drop this match, and one would think that the Dons are the favorite here. What would have to happen? What will Granada Hills have to do to stretch a very advanced and experienced Verdugo team?
Well, you know, this Granada Hills team believes in itself. It's kind of a new team. They've got a lot of new players on the court this year, but they've got great chemistry. And I think for them to win tonight, they're going to have to play team ball. They're not going to have to. They're going to have to worry about themselves and not Perriman and not what Verdugo Hills is doing.
They also might need a great match from Montana West, another outside hitter for Granada Hills, who transferred from Birmingham. We're going to step out and come back and have the start of the match. Yes, it is the Battle of the Hills. It's Granada Hills against Verdugo Hills. The Sunset Six League against the West Valley League. We'll be back with the start of the match. The first serve right after this. All right, the teams are on the court and ready to go. Of course, there's a bit of nerves, obviously, at this time of the season. Certainly for Granada Hills, Ramona, this is their first match. Verdugo Hills has a win under its belt, so I think that's a real advantage here.
Well, you might see that advantage show up very early on in this match. Usually the team that's played a game comes out much sharper. They've worked out all their mistakes, and they're much sharper in the first game. We'll see if that plays out tonight.
All right, ready for that first serve. Let's see who does well early on. Verdugo Hills, certainly one of the top 4 or 5 teams in the city of Los Angeles. Granada Hills is set, about ready to put it in play. You can see that the teams are prepared and ready to go. Excited about the match. It's an early season get-together. Look at number 7. That's for Verdugo Hills, Rael Busante. And Busante will be serving. Glad you're with us. LeBay outside to Perriman. And we have contact on the net for a net violation. And a point for Verdugo Hills. See, Perriman gets an immediate kill. But again, she's within just a few of becoming the all-time leader at Verdugo Hills. Dreyfus. So the two stars that we talked about, Dreyfus and Perriman, have a point on the board each for their respective sides. And a serve for Dreyfus. Abby Dreyfus is a junior, great leaper, swings very hard, has all the shots, and that was a beautiful serve. That one goes into the net and an immediate point. for Verdugo Hills.
I asked Abby before the game how tall she was, and kind of got a little nervous when she said, 5'5" with shoes on. She knows that she's an outside hitter here. She's all league, but she knows that her future as a volleyball player is going to be either as a libero or a setter. So she said she's going to start working on that in the next year.
Gabby Bessarel serving for the Dons of Verdugo Hills. Struggle there just to bring it back for Granada. Perriman is blocked nicely at the net. And Hunt hit it, but she hit it wide. Diamora Hunt, 6'1" middle blocker, just a junior. 3-2 for the host team, Granada Hills. Best 3 out of 5. And for Granada to hang in early is a good sign. This is their first match. They come in with Tracy Noda, number 10. She's going to serve on the back line as Hunt's up there looking to get a block. Noda's serve, that line drive delivery. Perriman again is blocked nicely. So far, the Highlanders getting up on the net against Perriman. Hunt from the middle. Highlanders digging everything right now. Good rally. It's point per play. There's a point scored on every play. Violation on Perriman running into the net. We're tied at 3.
Watch this again. Nice set. Perriman with a little dink. I didn't see her going to the net, but the referee is right there on the case, so it's seen a lot clearer.
Yeah, the Highlanders are the team that ran into the net, forced by Perriman's tip shot. And this is Perriman behind the line, ready to serve. That is long and an immediate point for Granada Hills. Highlanders again were 15-5 last year, second in the West Valley League to Chatsworth, and they lost to Narbonne in the quarterfinals in 4 games.
Yeah, that West Valley League is wide open this year. A lot of people think Tab, Chatsworth, and Granada Hills are all going to fight for the title.
Hunt has that corner available, and Diamora Hunt puts it away. And early on, the teams are trading points. There's a good look at Diamora. Glad you're with us on LA 36 and KLCS. Our first girls volleyball match of the season. And a tough serve. And the visitors from Verdugo Hills have the lead.
Well, Randy, Verdugo Hills swapped out 4 of their players for this service game, so almost an entirely new team for the Dons out there.
Saldivar serving. And that one's wide, and we're even again. I think this is a good beginning, though, for Granada Hills to hang in there and play tough against one of the elite teams in Los Angeles. LeBay tips it down. Chantel LeBay, just a junior, 5'8", 16 years of age, we're 77, because Busante took number 7, which was her favorite number, so she got an extra 7, and she's 77. And that's a wonderful tip.
Yeah, nice tip shot there on 2. LeBay saw the opening and put it away.
A serve. Gabby Bessarel, senior. And Pena's also been in the back row. And this is Pena that'll serve. Jessica Pena. Another tough serve. Another winner. Jessica Pena, 17 years of age. Played on the junior varsity last year at Verdugo. JV team on the city title. So a lot of experienced players from the JV team joining the likes of Jennifer Espindola and Crystal Perriman. Verdugo Hills feels it's going to be a great year. Net violation on Granada Hills. Point Verdugo. They've opened up a 9-5 lead, and the Dons are celebrating.
Well, great start for Verdugo Hills. They were a little sloppy early on, but they seem to be rolling right now.
Head coach is Will Reinhardt. Does a fine job with the entire program.
Yeah, a lot of confusion there. That's Alvarez with the kill for Verdugo Hills. And confusion on the Granada side, so Coach Melinda Molding calls a quick timeout.
Linda Bolden is just 24 years of age, the head coach at Granada Hills. They love Verdugo Hills, the entire program. Frosh, soft, JV. They really have a very good all-around program. It feeds into the varsity. And the varsity team is built up. As you look at Granada Hills, there's Ashley Stride, one of the fine middle blockers at Granada Hills. Right now, Verdugo's on a run. They've scored the last 5 in a row. Payne is serving tough. LeBay is done. But the Islanders cannot retrieve it. And the run continues. LeBay with another knockdown. 10-5, Verdugo.
Yeah, LeBay very aggressive here at the net. Goes early with the kill, and Granada Hills has nothing to counter that.
Islanders' best offense so far has been Verdugo serving it long.
Yeah, Verdugo's been sloppy in their service game, and that can come back to bite you later on in this match.
Two teams decked out very similarly. Black and white of Granada Hills. Black, white, and red for Verdugo Hills. That one's pulled off the block very nicely by Camille Alvarez. And another point for the Dons. They have an 11-6 lead.
You watch Alvarez go up. There's a double block, but she sees the line opening there, and Abby Dreyfus doesn't quite get over there in time.
Another tough serve. Becky Lockhart with that serve. Pena with the dig. Nice rally. Granada Hills doing well. Dreyfus tipping. LeBay tried her opportunity to get it down. This time it's finally shoved down nicely by Granada Hills. Put it away was Rachel Wertzman, the setter. There's Rachel, number 7.
Yeah, Rachel with a nice play here. Rachel's a setter. She's a junior, and she's got to come up huge in this game. This is her first game starting for the varsity, and she's played well so far, but with Stephanie Takamatsu out with an ankle injury, she's going to have to step up.
Another violation against Granada Hills, and the lead is 12-7 for the Dons. And LeBay to serve. Chantel LeBay. Twisting serve. Nicely done at the net by the Highlanders. This is our longest rally, but that was finally long. Hit out by Saldivar, and a point for Granada Hills, and they've closed to within 4. We go to 25. Got to win by 2. Dreyfus with an ace. Abby Dreyfus. See why there she's all league. That was a strong jump serve.
Yeah, a lot of topspin on that one. It sunk. Watch her get up. Great vertical leap. Hits it with topspin right in front of a diving LeBay. Can't do anything with it.
Another tough serve. LeBay able to play it. That one, no connection there between Espindola and Perriman, and another point for the Highlanders.
Well, Perriman just came back into the game. She's been out for a while, so she's got to get into the flow of this one.
Islanders behind the great serving of Abby Dreyfus, climbing right back into game 1. Another tough serve. That jumper's keeping the Dons off balance. And a free ball. Montana West can't put it away. Here's Perriman straight down. Crystal Perriman. Perriman closing in on a school record. Unofficially, we have her for what, 3 kills now, Ramona?
Yeah, 3 kills. Early on, this one was the first one since she's coming back into the game.
Besserell to serve. Ace. In girls volleyball, the serve is an unbelievable weapon.
Serve really disrupts the opposing team's defense. If you can have a good serve, takes away that first pass, and it's one more pass to get into your offense.
Perriman with a roof. block at the net, and she is quite an obstruction for the Highlanders to try to get around. Take a look at this again.
All she needs is one person, no double block for Perriman, and she kills it down.
Besseril with another tough serve. That one handcuffed the libero, Mahajeri. (16-10). Mahajeri will just send it back on the other side. There's Perriman again. Another strong attack for Crystal Perriman. 17-10. Verdugo Hills. 5 kills. That ties the all-time school record. That skill should be the all-time leader. By the end of the season, she'll have the blocks record as well. Hitting area on Abby Dreyfus. And the Dons are scoring and starting to ease out in front, looking very good.
Well, Verdugo Hills has put together an 8-0 run right now. 6-0 run.
There's an ace serve, and the points continue to come. Gabby Besseril doing a very nice job serving. Earlier, it was Jessica Pena that was serving tough. Montana West rifling that one through, but it went long at another point for Verdugo Hills. This is the Dons' first appearance on LA 36 or KLCS in any sport. So far, they're taking full advantage.
Yeah, they look very good so far. They've obviously been playing a lot together during summer. They've got great chemistry, passing the ball well.
Hunt. She can't put it away. Espindola tips. Montana West. And that's run down nicely by the Dons, who were playing flawless defense. Doesn't clear for the Highlanders, and another point for Verdugo, and they are in complete control. Timeout called by Melinda Molden and the Granada Hills Highlanders.
Well, Granada Hills really needs a timeout right here. They've lost 9 points in a row. This was a close game at 12-10, but it's kind of gotten away from them here.
Verdugo Hills did this to Garfield. They beat the Bulldogs 25-6, 25-10, 25-11. So they are fully capable of scoring points in bunches.
Yeah, and Randy, that's the mark of a veteran team. When you see a team is having trouble passing, you don't let up. You build as big of a lead as you can.
21-10 in favor of Verdugo Hills. Let's take another look at how they scored, and scored seemingly at ease at the net. And you see Hunt got up there, number 15, Diamora Hunt. Long arms, Diamora Hunt.
Yeah, Diamora, a couple of times she's jumped a little too early, but she's got such great leaping ability and such long arms, it doesn't matter. She still gets the block and still gets the kill.
Montana West had trouble with that serve, and a free ball, and here comes an attack from Verdugo Hills. Perriman looking for the school record. They'll work Perriman again. That's a good idea. That's the school record. No one has killed more at Verdugo Hills than Crystal Perriman.
Well, and Randy, I have a feeling by the time she's done here, she's going to put that record well out of reach. Look at that rifle shot over the block. No contest.
Perriman tipping and controlling at the net. Very tough for the Highlanders to deal with number 23. This is her again, and another kill. She is having a field day at the Highlander Gym on the campus of Granada Hills. She is dancing, smiling, and fired up. Busante, number 7. The libero running down everything as well for Verdugo Hills. Dons look good. And there's a lift on Hunt, and finally a point for Granada Hills. That breaks the run.
And that's their first point since it was 12-10. Scores now 23-11.
An 11-point run for Verdugo Hills. That's why they have plenty of breathing room. They only need to get to 25 to win the game. And It's popped over and put away. Montana West with the kill. Well, if anything, you can see that Verdugo's having a blast right now with a huge lead as Besserell's laughing and enjoying it.
Besserell tried to jump over two of her teammates to get to that last ball, free ball. Missed it, and having a little fun out there.
Gracie Noda doing a good job serving. That one handcuffed Verdugo Hills, and it's 13 serving 23. You can see there.
Besserell,
Yep.
up and over.
Gotta love that effort, though. Still alive. This time Hunt slaps it straight down. It's game point for the Dons. Jamil Alvarez, number 28, is entered for Becky Lockhart for the Verdugo Hills team. And Crystal Perriman looking to serve, get a point, and win the game. Not yet. That one's put down nicely by Tanya Mansarova. She's from St. Petersburg in Russia.
Mansarova is one of the most improved players on Granada's team. She was a sub last year, but now she's going to play a key role for the Highlanders this year.
She goes out, replaced by Crystal Lee, 17-year-old senior. Runs down everything in the back row. Very tough serve. And it's game point for Verdugo Hills. Double contact on the Highlanders. And game one goes to the Dons, 25-14. An impressive display by Verdugo Hills. The third member of our broadcast team is Debbie O'Meara. She's going to join us tonight with some good stuff from the sidelines. So let's meet Debbie for the first time tonight. Debbie, how are you? I think Debbie's rounding up an injured setter. And Debbie's with Stephanie Takamatsu, the fine setter who's injured for Granada Hills. Let's go to her now.
Thanks, Randy. You know, I'm here with a whole lot of people in the bleachers that are happy to be in the bleachers. One person who's not so happy to be sitting down tonight is Stephanie Takamatsu, who's right next to me. Can you tell us why it is you're not playing?
Because we were scrimmaging and one of our players went under the net and I ended up trying to block them and I fell on their ankle and I rolled it.
Stephanie is their star setter and certainly quite a loss to this team this evening. Tell us how it feels to be watching your team instead of participating.
It's hard because I want to be out there, but Rachel is like doing awesome.
Rachel Wartzman is in her first varsity start. Did you have any words of wisdom for her in her first game?
I just told her to calm down because she was really nervous, but she's doing amazing out there already.
Well, she's doing amazing, but I'm sure they'll be glad to have you back, and you'll be glad to be back.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Randy, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Debbie. Stephanie, very complimentary over the performance so far of Rachel Wartzman, but candidly, they'd be much better off with Stephanie in there. Rachel's doing a nice job, but Stephanie is an all-city setter, and it's tough to take someone like that out of the lineup and have the same team on the floor.
Yeah, well, I talked to Abby Dreyfus before the game and said, tell me a little bit about Stephanie and what she means to your team. And she said, she's just got great instincts out there. She's the heart of the team. She got great instincts. She knows how to play volleyball, and she really knows the game. So having her on the sidelines and not in this game is a big loss for Granada Hills.
Here the Highlanders who need to regroup, but it was an 11-point run by the Dons that dominated that first game, and that was the difference, 25-14. Just do the math, 11 straight. That's what won it for Verdugo Hills. Everybody's got a cell phone nowadays, don't they? Gotta love the environment, though, here tonight at Granada Hills. Everybody having a good time. Junior varsity teams played earlier, cross-soft teams. Great environment for prep volleyball.
I'm impressed so far with Verdugo Hills. They've got the entire JV and freshman team stayed here, and they're cheering on their varsity. And the same thing happened during the JV game. The varsity was cheering on the JV. So obviously Coach William Reinhardt has really developed a very solid, deep program here at Verdugo Hills.
Becky Lockhart will serve. Quite a softball pitcher. She was second in the Sunset 6 League in ERA to Stacy Milne, line pitcher at Canoga Park. But Becky Lockhart, only junior. She's got another year to pitch for the Dons.
Yeah, she's a great hitter, too. Batted over 400. She's going to be a college prospect in softball. It says she likes playing volleyball just because it's fun. She likes the girls, and she needs to stay in shape.
See if Granada Hills can regroup here in game 2. Stride able to tip it over. And there is Crystal Perryman with authority.
Yeah, Crystal Perryman got a hold of that one. Crystal Perryman, it's hard to believe when you see a kill like this coming up here. Watch Crystal Perryman and how explosive she is on this kill. Gets up and explodes for it. She's only been playing volleyball for 3 years. They recruited her. She was her older sister was in Coach Reinhardt's AP government class. And said, hey, my sister's pretty athletic and a pretty good athlete. He brought her out, and look at her 3 years later.
Stride couldn't clear the net there, and it's 2-0 Verdugo Hills. Another fine start for the Sunset 6 League champions. Will Reinhardt in his 10th year has won 4 Sunset 6 League titles since he's been there. And they're the heavy favorite this year. Grant's got a good club, but certainly this is the team to beat. Finally, one came back against Crystal. Finally getting up. Number 9, Raquel Grella.
Watch this with Montana West and Grella right there to stuff Perryman. I think they saw that one coming and read the play very well.
Ertzman served it into the net. 3-1, the visitors from Verdugo leading. Chantel LeBay. There's a lot of energy on the floor for Will Reinhardt's team. There's a shot that's hit long by Stride. Ashley compensated. She hit the last one into the net. She went up with a little bit more force there and hit it long. Granada Hills needs to make some shots, keep the ball in play. Too many mistakes. There's another miscue. And it's their first match. And the Dons have that Garfield match under their belt, which really is a huge advantage at this stage.
We talked about that a little earlier on. When you're playing your first game, a lot of times those mistakes show up early, and you just hope you can stay in the match long enough to where you can recover from those.
Montana West with a hard shot played by the Dons. Bumped over. And Perriman again. She was waiting for the bump, and she blew it right by Mahajeri. Sarah went for it, but Crystal punished the ball.
You know, Randy, when Perryman first started playing as a sophomore, she said there were a lot of days that she wanted to quit the sport. She wasn't having fun, she wasn't good at it, but she stuck with it. And last season, first team All-City, led the city in kills. This season, sky's the limit.
Yeah, skying above all again was Perriman. She is making it look easy. It's hard to believe she wasn't having fun with her court demeanor. She is having a blast out there right now.
Yeah, Perriman really, she plays hard. She has a good time out there. She's a great athlete. She's got a great future ahead of her.
Came over to our desk, put the headset on, wanted to do some play-by-play as well. Seriously, she was doing some commentating during the junior varsity match. Another point, it's 8-1. The Dons are celebrating already. They're up a game. Remember, they won game 1 25-14 on LA 36 and KLCS. And Verdugo Hills, you know, San Pedro's the defending champion and very good. Carson is strong. The whole Marine League is very good. Taft thinks they're very solid. Venice was the city runner-up last year. But the Verdugo Hills Dons look very sharp.
Yeah, they look very good so far. And I think a lot of teams right now in the city section are watching this game very carefully, because last year, Verdugo Hills, a lot of people didn't take them seriously. They won the Sunset Six, but quite frankly, the Sunset Six is not regarded as a good league for volleyball and, you know, obviously for athletics in some sports. And I think Verdugo Hills is showing why they're regarded as one of the top teams in the city, certainly the best team in the valley.
LeBay putting it in play. West again had trouble with that serve. Verdugo has served tough, and they have Crystal Perriman right up at the net, putting ball after ball away. And in this second game, she has completely taken over the match.
Well, you know, Perriman started the game and was a little bit out of sync, but as you can see on this one, she gets a beautiful set from Espindola, crushes the ball off the double block down for a kill.
And for Granada, it's a struggle.
Well, their backline passing is really letting them down. Their communication is off. They look like a team playing their first game of the year, and I'm sure Melinda Molden is thinking it would have been nice to have a tune-up game before you play a team like Verdugo Hills.
Well, Verdugo had Garfield. Garfield was good last year, but obviously this Verdugo team is for real. I mean, they just blew them off the court. They're doing the same thing here again tonight, stringing large number of points together. That one was tipped down beautifully. Everybody's performing well. Saldivar put that ball away. And it's 11-1. Abby Dreyfus is going to be rushed back in. She had come out for a breather. And Ashley Stride goes out.
Well, for Granada Hills, they just have to focus on getting 1 point at a time here. They can kind of get off this 1 point here and get back into the second game, feel a lot better about themselves.
A rotation error. Jack Johnson, the down official, caught it. There is Dave Denham up top. He's refereeing, but down below, Jack Johnson caught the illegal rotation. So it cost Granada a point. Finally, the serve is long, and Granada within 10. It's going to be a long haul back, though.
Long haul back, but you can't think about that right now. You just have to get one at a time. Maybe you can get on a run, put the other team on his heels.
Abby Dreyfus, who served tough the last time, gives this one away.
Well, I think Dreyfus might have been trying too hard. She tried for that topspin jump serve again and missed it.
Besserill will come in. There she is. I'm impressed with the Don's cohesiveness. Very solid unit. Everybody knows their role. They have experienced players, plus all those players up from the JV team that won the city title. Another kill from Montana West, the 5'8" senior, the transfer from Birmingham.
Yeah, Montana is just a really charming girl. We talked to her before the game and asked her how she got that name. A lot of people are drawn to that name. Montana West said her mom read a book. There's a character in it named Montana and decided to name her after that.
Reese serving third team. Perriman rifles another one. Crystal Perriman just lighting up the Granada Hills Gymnasium. Number 23 lights it up with her smile and her arm swing.
Yeah, watch Perriman with the back set through the block. Granada Hills goes through about 3 different players and Wertzman can't get it.
She had 14 kills in her first match, 3 blocks and 5 aces against Garfield. There's a put away for Abby Dreyfus. And the Highlanders need everything and probably a little bit more at this stage.
Well, and right now, their confidence has got to be a little bit low. They've had a lot of passing errors. They've had a lot of communication errors. And I think just getting a few plays just like that for Dreyfus are going to help a lot.
See if Crystal Lee can serve up a couple winners. Well, again, the Highlanders trying so hard at the net, ran into the net. You can see it right there, and that'll cost them the point.
Yeah, West got up high, but her hands did cross over the top of the net.
Tanner West again going for it. One is hit wide by the Highlanders. Another point for the Dons. Nice effort, though, by Granada Hills. Noda just missed the court, though, with her shot. There's a tough serve. Crystal Lee can't play it, and another point for Verdugo Hills. And look at that number, 17-4.
Yeah, Verdugo Hills is on a run, and Granada Hills doesn't have anything to solve that. I think if they could just get a couple of points together, they can stay with Verdugo Hills. But right now,
Jennifer Espindola is serving them off the court. The senior setter, co-captain, there she is. Really knows the game, team leader, great instincts, and she had 17 assists, 4 aces against Garfield. She's serving tough again. Another service winner. Right now it's a disconsolate Granada Hills team, and you can see Espindola's thrilled the way she's playing on LA 36 and KLCS. Randy Rosenblum, Ramona Shelburne, and Debbie O'Meara at the Highlander gym. Another sharp serve by Espindola. Granada Hills just cannot return it. And Belinda Molden wants another timeout. Molden, former softball player for the University of Michigan.
Yeah, 2-time All-10 Big Ten Conference selection. Belinda Molden was a great pitcher, utility, and outfielder.
Fans, the Verdugo Hills side, very pleased with what's going on. A lot of their junior varsity and frosh soft players. Good fan support for both Granada Hills and Verdugo Hills, two schools that are well known for volleyball. The Granada Hills boys team last year was the favorite team really to win the city title and got knocked off in the tournament. Chatsworth won it for, it was the 4th straight year.
Yeah. Well, you know, Verdugo Hills, you watch here again, look how well they pass, communicate. There's Perriman. I think Verdugo Hills is, they haven't won a city title in any sport. I asked Perriman when the last one they won. She said she doesn't know when it was at all.
Well, they won the JV championship.
Right. But in city section, you know, the whole school has kind of taken notice of this team. They support this team. They've obviously driven out here to support them. And I think they're going to be a great story in the city section this year.
Dreyfus ripping that one, but it was played. West will try it. Can't clear the net. 21-4. And in truth, Granada Hills playing without Stephanie Takamatsu, their first string setter. That will throw the timing off of some of these hitters. She'll be back in a couple weeks. Debbie O'Meara's already chatted with Stephanie. It's been a real difficult time receiving serve for Granada Hills. Net violation on the Dons, and finally a point for the Highlanders.
Okay, watch Hunt. She goes right into the net on the follow through.
5 serving 21. Alvarez didn't clear, so another point for the Highlanders. Something to build on, a couple in a row. Alvarez tipping. Lee with the cover. And a lift on Granada. Problem is they're so far behind, you can't afford those kind of mistakes. Really, in truth, it does not appear that they'll be able to come back in this game. So looks like the Highlanders are going to fall 2 games down. Peña's in to serve. There she is. Verdugo playing solid team volleyball. Very confident, very loose. Dominated Garfield. They're doing the same thing here tonight. Dreyfus had to come back. Skipped over nicely by Bailey Faulkner, number 12. She's in that front row. And she's doing a nice job for Granada, giving them a little bit more height, forcing a hitting error, and a point for the Highlanders.
And Dreyfus goes into the block. Nice dig. And there's Faulkner to put it away. Pretty clever shot there.
Finally going long, and a point for the Highlanders. Now Jerry serving. Nice job there on the net by Dreyfus and Grella, combining to drop that one on the Don side. At least at the tail end of this game, Ramona, we're getting a little bit more of a net effort from Granada Hills.
Yeah, Granada Hills, they just need to get something to build on. You have to, you know, they have to win 3 here. So I think you can't worry about the second game. You just want to get something positive to build on into the next third and fourth games.
Maybe the winner was Camille Alvarez of Verdugo Hills as Lockhart's on to serve. Dons are just 2 points away from capturing game 2. Won game 1, 25-14. Randy Rosenblum, Ramona Shelburne, and Debbie O'Meara. That's the perfect serve. The ideal serve. You can't do it any better. Off the net, down, and on the floor. And it's game point after the Lockhart ace. Perriman cannot put it away. Still going. Lee with a beautiful save. What a save by Crystal Lee. Still going. Grell able to knock it through. Finally, the game is over. Crystal Perriman again. 25-8 for Verdugo Hills.
Okay,
Number 23 has been absolutely scintillating.
Yeah, Perriman really came out of her shell in this game. You see this, there's chaos at the net. She finally puts it away. Far court, and for a winner, nobody around.
What a performance by Crystal Perriman. She's already set the all-time career kill record in this match.
She came into the season with 327 kills. Last year, she had 276 kills.
All right, once again, let's check in with Debbie O'Meara. Debbie, what do you have for us?
Thanks, Randy. I am joined by Fluke Fluker from 360 Sports Performance. Fluke, I've been hearing great things about the club. What can you tell me about it?
Well, it's a real exciting time for us at the club. We just put $1.5 million into a 10,000 square foot facility and state-of-the-art equipment, the top trainers in the world there, and we're training professional, Olympic, collegiate, and now high school athletes. So we're really going after it, and I love being here, seeing this high school spirit. It really impresses me to know that these student athletes, and I do impress on the word student athletes getting after it, and this is a great game.
And your involvement with high school athletics goes way back, doesn't it?
Yes, I've been an athletic director for a number of years as well as a coach for a number of years, and I'm still involved in high school athletics, and this reminds me of why I'm involved with it.
Well, we're all here and happy that you're involved and with us here this evening. Thanks very much.
Thank you for having us.
Randy and Ramona, back to you.
All right, Debbie, it's always good to see Fluke on hand. And look at the celebration after 2 games. You know they're ahead. Look at this. They have not had a tough game yet. Remember, they blew out Garfield 3 straight. They've run off 2 quick games here. Their junior varsity and Frosh soft teams are having that same spirit. They're sharing that spirit. Everything is going well for Verdugo Hills.
Verdugo Hills is rocking out here tonight, Randy. The JV and the varsity are in at 25-14, 25-8. It's been their night so far.
Never been threatened. I think Granada Hills will get better as the season goes on. They'll get Takamatsu back, their fine setter. But it's a stretch to play with one of the elite teams. And off of what you've seen tonight, Verdugo Hills looks like a contender this year in the city. Yeah, they absolutely look like one of the best teams I've seen in a while. We did a couple volleyball games last year, and compared to some of those games, I think Verdugo Hills is right with some of the top players. One player we haven't talked about is Lael Busante. She's the libero for Verdugo Hills, and she's back in there. She wasn't there for their playoff game last year, and I think that she's made a huge difference tonight in the game. See the Highlanders bench. Melinda Molden was the coach you saw initially. You can see the difference in the expressions, the Granada Hills side. Then you see the elation that is Verdugo Hills. It even carries over to the parents who are so thrilled. For Granada Hills, it starts with game 3, though, to see if they can be a little bit more competitive. They were not competitive in game 2. Plain and simply, Crystal Perriman took it over. Yeah, Crystal Perriman took that game over, but I think Granada Hills, if they can just limit some of their unforced errors, they'll be right back in this game and it'll be a lot closer. Granada Hills is still a very good team. Doesn't look like it as much tonight because they don't have Takamatsu in there, and they don't have a lot of experience under their belt so far, but this is a team that's going to contend for the West Valley League title. Wasn't said. I think we're going to play it again. Of course, Granada Hills in the West Valley has to contend with Birmingham, Chatsworth, Cleveland, El Camino Real, and Taft. And Taft and Chatsworth would be the 2 favorite teams this year. Certainly Taft has a very strong squad. Verdugo Hills again is the heavy favorite in the Sunset 6 League. They go to Perriman. Montana West able to dig it nicely. Dreyfus with the left hand. And there's a point for the Highlanders. Well, let's see if they can build on it. They get the first point of the 3rd game. Watch this again. You see LeBay and Espindola failure to communicate on that one, and results in a point for Granada's first lead since they led 2-1 at the opening of this game, at the opening of this match. Perriman with a kill, and it's 1-all. She forced a lift on Granada Hills. He's just such a mismatch at the net for Granada to try to contend with. Would have been 4 contacts. No reason to hit the ball, so that's why Highlanders didn't play it, and the Dons have another point. And LeBay serving, and again, this has been an area where Verdugo has dominated with the tough serves, and LeBay's been great. Perriman finding the corner. Another put away for the first-team All-City player. Yeah, Perriman has been as good as advertised. One other note on her older brothers, Willie Perriman, played at
Valley College and football at USC. She comes from a very athletic family.
Well, Will Reinhardt's team enjoying the activities. Perriman's been able to hit over and around all the players at the net, and LeBay back behind the line is just serving winner after winner. And Dreyfus off balance, put it into the net. And it's quickly 5-1, so 5 unanswered points for the Dons after the Highlanders got the first score of this third game. Perriman again. Surprising that she didn't put it down. You almost expect her to put it away. Lockhart on the outside. Dreyfus. That one popped up, but it's 4 hits, so that's a point for the Dons. 6 in a row. And the beat goes on for Verdugo Hill.
Well, this is just like the second game, and Granada Hills cannot afford to fall so far behind in this third game.
You don't feel in the gym like Verdugo has much of a chance against Perriman and company. There's another lift. Verdugo's constantly applying pressure.
And that's what you got to be impressed with, because a lot of times, if another team is struggling, you play down to the level that your opponent's playing at, but Verdugo Hills does not let up.
Perriman. Wonderful set, too, by Jennifer Espindola. Put it right up there for Crystal Perriman to stick it straight down.
Yeah, Espindola has had a fantastic game, and you see today how big a difference a good setter can make. Nice pass in the back row, perfect set, Perriman off the block.
Granada Hills just can't get it on the other side. 9 in a row, 9 points in succession. That's been the score and the story streaks. They scored 11 in a row in game 1. They ran up another large streak in game 2, and here they've run off 9 in a row, ripped off 9 straight points. And that huddle at Granada Hills has to listen to their coach, Melinda Molden. I want to again thank our friends at 360 Health Club. We just met Fluke Fluker for a fitness revolution in body, mind, and spirit. There it is, www.360healthclub.com. They do a great job at 360 Health Club. We thank them for their participation. 9-1 Verdugo. And there is no let up in these Dons. They came here with purpose tonight. Perriman, another put away. She is so accurate. Rolled that one over for a winner.
And I've been impressed with, she can handle any type of set. That one was actually behind her. See Espindola, I think she might be apologizing. That set was a little behind her. Showing off a little for the cameras there. Perriman has reason to show off. She's played fantastic tonight.
LeBay finally served it long. So after 10 in a row, the Dons finally give one to Granada.
You know, and it's 10-2 right now. If Granada Hills is going to get back in this third game here, it's going to have to be now.
I just don't see anyone out there that can stop Perriman. She had 23 kills in a match last year, which is her career high. That was against Bravo, matching her number. And she's closing in on that kind of number again this evening. 5 matches in her career last season where she had at least 20, and 23 was the #1 total against Bravo.
Yeah, we mentioned early in this broadcast she needed 6 kills to become the all-time leader, and probably wouldn't be a problem for her, as you can see why so far tonight. She's dominated the second and third games.
She's pretty good in game 1, too. Perriman with the left hand and another winner. Well, she's right-handed, but she shows us she can be a little bit ambidextrous as well.
That one's going to go out. Stuck her left hand up there. Wasn't exactly pretty like the other kills that she has, but got the job done.
You just wonder how good Verdugo is. I mean, they're running teams right off the floor. Hunt on the overpass. Diamora dialed in.
Diamora Hunt can step up and make plays like that this season. Verdugo is going to be a very dangerous team.
They're dangerous, no question about it. Remember the Dons. This is their showcase sport, although they think they're pretty good in football this year in the Sunset Six League. And we know about their girls program, and you can see that there's disappointment written on the faces of the girls from Granada.
Well, I think Granada wanted to represent a little bit better tonight. You knew they were going to have some trouble without their setter, but I think Granada's a much better team than we've seen so far tonight. They haven't quite got things rolling.
Fine. A point for the Highlanders. Drilling that one was Tanya Mansurova, a young lady from St. Petersburg in Russia.
Mael Busante with a nice try in the back row there. Talked a little bit about her in between games. Busante was sick from school the day that they played Carson in the quarterfinals. And Perriman, when I asked her about that game, she said if we would have had Busante, we would have won that game. She's a huge player on the Verdugo Hills team, not just as a passer or a libero, but as a defensive player.
They work Perriman on the other side, and it's coming back. Finally, they get the better of Perriman, and it was Ashley Stride that got her.
I think Perriman was a little surprised that ball was sent to her.
She played from antenna to antenna on that. Hunt went up. Hunt got the net. That's a point for Granada. Ashley Stride getting a little bit more assertive. Her brother Josh is on the Granada Hills football team. Very good player. Those Granada Hills noted for John Elway, the biggest sports name from out of the school. Great football player, of course. And again, Granada here cannot solve Crystal Perryman. She just finds every opportunity to score from different angles. Alvarez is checking into the Verdugo Hills lineup. Kimberly Garcia went in and came out. Montana West, LeBay able to play it. Espindola puts it back on the other side. West with a block. That one's hit wide. A rare hitting error by Verdugo. That was hit out by Camille Alvarez, but we just haven't seen very many mistakes like that from the Ducks.
Yeah, Verdugo's been very sharp, and you see Perriman going to the bench here, so for Granada Hills, is an excellent opportunity to get back in this match.
Crystal Lee to serve. Her specialty, good sharp low serve. That one's a winner. Camille Alvarez, after a hitting miscue, drives that one home for a winner. 16-6 for the Dons. 9 points away from closing out this match quickly.
Well, here's set for Alvarez. Over to Dreyfus, who makes a nice attempt at it, but goes out of play.
Stride. Ashley Stride with great force. Diamora was up there, but couldn't quite play it. The Stride drove it through. I like Ashley Stride. Very strong player at the net. Number 11 for Granada.
Ashley Stride, only a sophomore.
Very athletic player. Hunt. Perriman's out of the lineup, so the fight's a little more even. Well, that one doesn't clear, and a point for Verdugo Hills. See how long Crystal Perriman stays out of the lineup. That is a great equalizer, I might add.
Well, the best defense is when you can get the rotation set up where Perriman has to come out.
Well, I don't think she has to come out. I think it's Will Reinhardt, coach's choice, to give some other players some experience. Teams now more on even terms. You're taking all city player out. And again, Stride not able to hit it hard enough to go over the net. And it's 18-7 to the Dons leading. They're going to bring in very astute Madeline Mendoza, number 14. 4.3 GPA, great astute. And she will serve there. She came in reading a book tonight, studying for her English lit. And hit wide, and point for Granada. Well, Will Reinhardt in his 10th season. He thinks it's realistic for his team to win the city title. Says they're at least among the top 5 or 6, and I can't disagree that they shouldn't be ranked that high. One came across at a point for the Dons. And guess who's coming back? Crystal Perriman, number 23, checking back in to try to close this one out. There she is. She has been spectacular. One's down the line, and a winner for Abby Dreyfus. Spadola made a wonderful attempt, couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, Dreyfus did everything on this play. Watch her save it there. There's Wertzman saving it on the set. Dreyfus with a nice kill from behind the line.
Perriman didn't hit that one well, but she'll take it.
Change up.
Well, they call that a paintbrush shot. She just kind of knuckleballed it over, found the opening.
Watch, she jumps a little early, just gets it with the tips of her fingers, and knuckles over the block.
Well, it's gone all well for her tonight. LeBay hit that one into the net. Double figures at least for Granada in this third game. It's been 25-14, 25-8 so far. See if Granada can at least exceed the 14-point plateau. And there'll be better days ahead for the Highlanders. This is very stiff competition. That one finally comes back. Lockhart can't put it down. Dreyfus runs that one down. Here's a tip by West. That one's driven through again by Crystal Perriman. She has been absolutely dominant.
And just too much power behind that kill. You see, there's a nice set for Raquel goes up for it. Too much power behind the Perriman's kill.
That would have been in. Dreyfus had to play it. Couldn't quite retrieve it. There she is. Abby's giving it a great effort. Verdugo's just been too good, too powerful. Besserell again serving. Suddenly, and in startling fashion, Verdugo's just 2 points from the match. This will be over quickly. What a performance by the Dons. Never threatened in any game. And we have come to match point. Gabby Besserell, the senior, certainly capable of attacking from the back row, has done that with her serve tonight. Number 21 looking to finish it off right here. For the match. Not quite. Hunt, she can't put it down. Islanders staying out there for the time being. Perriman, not yet. That one is finally put down for Tanya Mansurova, and the Highlanders give them credit. They're around for at least one more point as Mansurova picks up her third kill of the match.
Oh, nice set from Wertzman. Mansurova with a kill, and she celebrates like they've just won the match.
Well, you gotta like that. They're hopelessly out of it, but they rallied beautifully. Mansurova with a gorgeous spike for a winner.
And no matter what the score is, they still have pride.
Still match point. Perriman can't clear, and another point for the Highlanders. 24-12. So 2 match points cleaned off the slate, but certainly it's going to come to an end pretty soon. There's the serve out, and there's the match. 25-12 for Verdugo Hills. 3 in a row. They ripped off 3 straight, 25-14, 25-8, and 25-12. A dominant performance for Verdugo Hills. The Dons go to 2-0. Granada Hills loses its first match of the season.
Verdugo Hills, they came in on the road and with a dominating performance. Crystal Perriman started a little bit slow, but that lasted for all of about 2 points. Then just proceeded to take over this match.
Believe it or not, Granada Hills scored more points than Garfield did against Verdugo. Verdugo handled Garfield 6-10 and 11. Here it was 14-8 and 12. They have not been close to losing a game yet. 2 3-game sweeps with ease for Crystal Perriman and company.
Well, you watch here. See a set from Wertzman. There's Montana West. And here comes Perriman. Didn't even hit that well, but still gets the kill. That's what kind of night it was for Verdugo Hills.
Put that through Raquel Grella, 5'11" junior middle blocker, who's a good player. I mean, didn't matter if they were good or right there and on time. Crystal Perriman and company just too good. You got to love the emotion that they play with. They play with great emotion, and they're excited to be at the court and playing. And that's the performance of the Dons tonight. There's Will right in the middle of it. Will Reinhardt leading the charge. And this is a program that we need to look at come tournament time. There he is. There's Will with his son. He's a happy coach right now. And you got to be looking at this team for a potential Final Four team in the city of LA.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you don't hear a lot from Verdugo Hills, but they know that they've got a very special team. I think the school has rallied behind them. I think Verdugo Hills knows that they've got a great team. They've got a good shot at things this year. Well, down on the court, we actually have Montana West is injured, and you know she came into this game with an injured back, and I'm not sure if she re-injured it. They're tending to her down on the sideline. Hopefully she's okay, because she's an outstanding track star, but she's had to give up the high jump because of an injured back, and hopefully Montana's going to be okay.
Well, you can see once again some of the highlights from this match. Granada Hills finally getting a ball down there. There was shots few and far between for the Highlanders. Just not getting the job done tonight against a Verdugo Hills team that I think is going to be very good. Grant is good. That'll be their strongest challenger in the Sunset 6 League. Grant has a great outside hitter, and Vanessa Murray, who is all city, but don't know that they'll be strong enough to handle this Verdugo Hills team. They are solid, 2-0 early on. They have a nice matchup next week with Venice, who was the city runner-up. So that'll be another measuring stick on how good this Verdugo Hills team is. But Ramona, off of what we've seen tonight, dominating a West Valley League squad like this, they're obviously outstanding.
Yeah, you talk about the game with Venice next week. A lot of people said, well, that'll show us how good Verdugo Hills really is. A lot of people thought this game would show us how good Verdugo Hills really is and how they would do against a West Valley League power. I think they passed the test with flying colors.
Yeah, I would say the final scores were 25-14, 25-8, and 25-12. And you can't say enough about Crystal Perriman, who is just so good throughout, completely controlled all 3 games, really. Was better in games 2 and 3, but she was excellent in game 1 as well. Whistling a winner there into the corner. And this is a volleyball team that is so good. But keep in mind, Granada Hills will get Takamatsu back. She was out with a bad ankle, and when she comes back in, that'll make a big difference for Granada Hills. But for tonight, Verdugo Hills celebrates. A lot of people to thank. Want to thank Debbie O'Meara for her sideline work, Ramona Shelburne for her excellent analytical work, and our entire staff at LA 36 and KLCS. This was an easy one for Verdugo Hills. They're 2-0. Granada Hills is 0-1. 25-14, 25-8, and 25-12. The Dons serve notice to the entire city. They are a team to reckon with. Verdugo Hills, look for them down the road. We'll talk to you next week with high school football on LA 36 and